5, 4, 3. Hello there, my friends. This is Eric, aka Wolfin. It's good to see you again. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Listen, today we're going to have a special little time. This is regarding my 50 friendly, bumbling gang of stalkers, mass reporters, who call themselves Nemesis. Welcome, my friends. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here today. Now, why are we here? Well, this is titled that you guys picked the fight, but there's only 50 of you, so it's not fair. But really, I wanted to show how all of this unfolded. I have nothing against you guys. There's a few of you, as a matter of fact, that I've talked to personally. And I've told you, you're not even like the rest of the gang. Now, why do I say that? Because some of you actually seem to have a little bit of intelligence. Some of you actually seem to have a little bit of personality. Some of you actually seem like you're a pretty decent person. The majority of you, though, are ridiculous, emotional 5-year-olds that commit illegal activities, and you stalk everybody that you don't like, and you mass report the most ridiculous things because you don't have the power of intelligence. You don't have the power of civility. You don't have the power of being convincing, being able to stand in an actual conversation. You just don't have that power. And so you make up for your shortcomings. You're like a guy that needs everything big because he's got a tiny one. That's exactly what you are. Now, the reason that I've called you here, so I want to show you some of the tactics that were done here. We're going to screen share a little bit of this. I want you to see this. I want you to see it with your own eyes. Now, I was going to start with some of the video stalking. Some on the YouTube videos that I've put up, but unfortunately, they've deleted those. But I still have proof of your threats here. And we're going to go to that now in just a second. Here we go. Now, this is from Edward Edwards. Edward Edwards is actually Nathan Globe Thompson. Here's something else about these guys. The only thing they like to stalk are flat earthers for some reason. They're picking on flat earthers. Why? I don't understand that. Why must you mass stalk and mass report flat earthers? Don't get me wrong, I'm not a flat earther, but I have no bone with them. It's a ridiculous argument in my opinion, but not to you. You guys, man, you get irate with flat earthers. Why? Now, Ed Edwards, he deleted this when he found out what I was going to do. He deleted this off of Facebook, or he blocked me to the point where I can't see his comment. I don't know which it is. But he says, hot topic and debate and discussions. Nobody is trying to intimidate anyone. Now, they said this because I had made a comment that they were trying to intimidate me through their threats, through mass reporting and mass stalking. But he says, stop imagining things. You keep talking like you're being stalked by Nemesis, but you keep making mention of Nemesis all over the place. I don't make you'll see why I make mention of him in a minute here. Nemesis never heard of you before, Michael Berry. figured out he could make you his tool. I've spelled it out several times now in plain English, both in YouTube comments and in PM. I guess you'll have to learn the hard way. But you know, since you sent this, man, you ain't done nothing. You're impotent. That was a meaningless threat. That had the power of nothing, dude. So, you know, why do you even make threats like this? Do you feel like it makes you look tough? Dude, this just makes you look ridiculous when you follow it up with nothing. And when you can only follow it up with mass reporting and mass stalking. Oh, we're going to show up on your YouTube video. We're going to show up in your audience. Well, I just make you look stupid when you do. Because when you show up, I challenge you to a debate. I challenge you to discuss the things you disagree with me on. And what do? You run from it. You sit there and bicker like little children. Oh, he lied. But I put the link in there for you to come on. And what do? You never come on. One or two of you tried it. And then you had to pretend like you were impersonating somebody else because you didn't have the guts to just come on and act like you. You must be ashamed of you. And I frankly don't blame you for being ashamed of you. If I were you, I'd be ashamed of me too. I would. But I want to show you something else here. We are going to go to Facebook. Now, this is Nathan Globe Thompson right here. Let's see what Nathan Globe Thompson has to say. He starts off by saying, you know, it's really too bad that you did this to us, did us like that. Now, what did I do to them? You'll see in a second. They came to, I was asked by one friend, would you mind debating somebody that I know? So I know somebody wants to debate a creationist. I said, sure. I said, what's he want to debate? He said he wants to debate evolution. I love debating evolution, so I said, of course I will. So I met in his group, and he posted the opening post, and this guy never showed up. He says, I'm not debating in your group. I says, fine, come on over to my group. I have this little group that's set up just for one-on-one debates. And they came on. I invited this one person to come, and all of a sudden, over 50 people joined that little group all at one time. And I said, okay, well, this is cool. We'll make room for everybody. And I set up the debate post, and the fella never showed. He did show up on the post, but he didn't show up to the debate. He showed up to bicker. We have rules for debate. You know, alternative turns. You take your turn, one post at a time. Well, this guy wants to put up 10 or 15 posts that have nothing to do with nothing. Nothing to do with our debate. But I had opened up asking for his position. Are you a punctual? Do you believe in punctual equilibrium, or are you a gradualist? Do you believe transitional fossils are a proof of evolution? And one or two other things, just to get an idea of where he stood. He didn't address any of it. He did not do enough. He didn't. I don't think he knows what position he takes. But anyway, he says. So when they got to spamming the group instead of debating, because I tried to debate 4 or 5 of them, you'll see here in a minute. 2 of them went 3 or 4 posts a piece, and then they quit. So anyway, here's one of them. This one is Jordan Sweet. He just popped in. Isn't that something? I told you forever ago, you've shown exactly who you are and what you're about. You're a child. Nobody takes you serious. Why would I? Well, nobody takes you serious, son. Nobody takes your 50s serious. Do you understand that? You guys are impotent. So let's get that one back out of here. So where were we? Oh, yeah. back up here with Nathan. Nathan Globe Thompson says, it's really too bad you did us like that. You could have just been an honorable person. What, and debated you? I tried to, son. I want you to understand something. Now here comes the threat. I can't be blocked. Oh my goodness. I will always see you, no matter who you block. And reporting like this will continue. Oh, mass reporting will continue. My goodness. Reporting like this will continue until you quit playing this retard game with Michael Berry against Nemesis. Now, the only thing I did, Michael Berry was the one that asked me, there's a fellow named Jeff Brother wants to debate you. Would you like to debate him? That's what Michael Berry did. So anyway, they are going to mass stalk and mass report anyone who teams up with him to mess with them. So, yeah, accepting a debate is messing with you. I guess it is. It just shows how stupid you are. But let's go on. I don't give a crap about your group. But if you are going to operate side by side with Bilbo, I guess he means Michael, against Nemesis, all your stuff is going to wind up like Simon Ramos's profile did a couple weeks ago. Your choice, boy. So evidently, they hijacked somebody's Facebook profile. They hacked it. Ooh, scary. Illegal? Scary. That's just ridiculous. And then look what he did here. He sends images. Images sent in message requests are covered. Click to see blurred image. So I click, and what do we see? We see this. We reviewed Eric Jules' comments and removed it. We took it down because it violated our community standards. Now, let me tell you what violated their community standards. I said things like, what I expect from you is an intelligent response to a debate. I said things like, oh, it looks like Jeff disappeared. Jeff was a would-be debater. It looks like Jeff disappeared. Poof. That's what they do. That's what they reported. And that did not meet Facebook community standards. So, Facebook is complicit in this illegal activity. I'm betting they didn't do anything when they hijacked Mr. Ramos's profile. So, this is their superpower. This is all they are capable of. This is how obsessed they are. They are so obsessed that over 50 of them have to mass stalk you. Over 50 of them have to mass report little posts like that because they're not even capable of a discussion. Now, this is his other account right here. Oh, and there was several of these reported posts in here. Let me see, there's a couple there. There's several more over here. This is the same guy. And there's more reports there. Now, let's see what he says, though. He says, oh, now this is when he was spamming on my message board, my debate group. It's a serious debate group. We don't allow spamming. We don't spam it up. We don't allow intruders to spam it up. We only allow serious, thoughtful debate, which they're not capable of. I haven't seen any of them capable of debate. I've only seen one, maybe two, that's halfway capable of an actual discussion. And even that is having its limits. So he says, really, muted for those two comments? Yes, you were. We don't allow spamming. That's part of our rules. It's right there. When you joined, you saw it. Then he says, oh, I thought you blocked me. Look, all 4 barrels. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they mass reported me 4 more times on 4 more innocent little comments. Then he says, how many 30-day restrictions you got now, boy? And little emojis laughing and crying, laughing. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Like I said, go ahead. You can't block me. You can't block me. Oh, how scary. What is that? What a scary little fella, huh? Wouldn't you have hated to see him in diapers terrorizing the other little babies? That, you can't block me. I'm going to get your baba. These guys are hilarious, man. This is their superpower. You see how ridiculous they are. Now, let me show you this. Remember when he said, why are you doing that to me? Why are you doing that to me? Now, this is his profile right here, Facebook page. And we take it back and we see some of the things he's got up there. Yeah, ridiculous stuff. And then this is on his page too. This came from the real short and sweet debate group. That's the debate group that I started. That's set up for nothing but pure, serious debate. And this is the opening post that I put up. I was challenged to a debate by Mahogany Cricket Log Mahout. Now, I didn't know at that time that this was the same guy as Nathan Globe Thompson. You see, he's got to have several accounts. So do these other people. That's why 50 of them joined all at once. There was probably 5 of them in their 10 accounts each. But anyway, he says, I said, I was challenged to debate by this fellow Mahogany. And this is your arena, son. You have the option to post your replies here, either typed or by video. I think I'll choose video responses myself, but we'll see. His exact words were, my position on theism and evolution, boy, is that you are mentally ill-equipped to have a fruitful discussion on either. Now put forth the evidence to the contrary, or you've lost. So, that was his challenge. And this is my evidence to the contrary, was the opening post. First, we will debate evolution, and then we will debate the existence of God. He will be taking the pro-evolution atheist stance, and I'll be taking the anti-evolution theist stance. The rules. There is no moderator, but we will both be held to the following standards. Only 1 post per person per turn in alternating order. That allows for an orderly debate, easy to read. B. Direct questions must be addressed in a very straightforward, non-evasive way. Truth matters here more than playing politics and evasive manipulation. C. Only the 2 parties can post in a one-on-one thread, excepting, of course, debate moderators, and in this case, we had no moderators. D. If a participant quits, he forfeits the win to the opponent. If he breaks the rules more than 2 times, he forfeits. E. Only 2 questions are allowed per turn, although a question can be asked in several ways to clarify the nuances and make sure the question is clear. And it can be 2-part, as in, do you believe in so-and-so? And if so, what is the evidence for it? So let's start with the existence of God. Question and point 1. Your stance here is that he does not exist. I charge you that this is a ridiculous stance, not only unprovable, but hypocritical. To look through time and all space to know there is no God, you would have to be a God. To look in every nook and cranny of space and be able to say, I know there's no God. You'd have to be a God, thereby negating your argument entirely and making you look like a rather lame and foolish God. So how can you ever reasonably say, you know there is no God? That was question 1. Question 2, if there is no God, what is your scientific evidence that life just randomly formed the hardware and software for biological machines called cells in the same body at the same time and did it in large populations for them to survive? And then how did they just pop to life? Good luck with that. Now, look at this. Started this debate, and what happened? You see this? No answer at all. No answer at all. Then we go into the next post there. You see, that was put up for him. He challenged me. This was put up for him. He wouldn't answer. But then what does he do? He goes and starts spamming all over the group. I silenced him. I muted him for doing this for, I think it was 3 days. And he got mad and decided, well, I can't debate. I can't spam. I'm just going to report all his posts. And that's what he did. So look at how ridiculous you are, son. You are just flat ridiculous. There's no point in anybody being this stupid, and yet you are. Why? Now, to the other members there, I want to ask you, why do you put up with stuff like this? You say, oh, you're picking on us. I'm answering you, morons. I'm pushing you back because all 50 of you can't handle me. None of you, not one of you, could debate. Not one. And look at your childish actions. This is just stupid. You don't even rank human. That kind of intelligence lies lower than a moron, in my opinion. Definitely low life. Now I'm going to ask you guys, is this the kind of garbage you really want to stand behind? I'm going to ask you, is this how you want to be known? Cowardly little morons that have no common sense? Not even able to have a discussion? Challenging people to debates and then quitting and mass reporting them in effect? I don't care if you mass report. Mass report me every single day. I don't care. You're impotent. That's what I'm telling you. You are impotent. If I never post again on Facebook, I frankly do not care. I have a life. I have other things that I do. I have other pursuits. Your silly little actions just make me laugh at you and make you look ridiculous. You look like you're not capable of any intelligence at all. So I want to ask you, are every one of you this stupid? Are every one of you this moronic? I know Michael Toon didn't want Jordan Sweet. Jordan Sweet challenged me to a debate on Michael Toon's channel, debate against him. When I agreed, Michael Toon, who's one of them, said, well, I don't want him to debate. I want a good debater to come up against you. And that's when he chose J.L. Warren. See, Jordan Sweet, he doesn't think you're intelligent at all. And then when they brought JL on, Michael Toon and the other Nemesis members, Schrodingers Cat, they had to protect him to try to help him save face, and even that didn't do no good. So guys, I want to ask, what's the deal with this? Seriously, what's the deal with this? Is this really the best any of you can do. Do you really want to hang around with idiots like this? Is that really what you want to do? Is that really how you want to be known? Do you want to be known as somebody that has no sense? No common sense whatsoever? Do you really want to be known as somebody that's not capable of a debate or even a discussion? Running around like inflamed 3-year-olds playing like they're cowboys and killing off the bad guys. You're not even playing that. My goodness. I've seen 5-year-olds play this stuff better than you do. So, tomorrow I want to invite everybody to drop in. These guys say, we love science. And look, we're just a gang of people that love science. And they can't even hardly tell you what falsification is. They can't tell you why they believe what they believe. I know because I just had this discussion with one of them, or tried to. I had to tell him what falsification is. And then I had to tell him that his hypotheses can't be falsified. And they claim that they know science. You don't know jack squat, buddy. You don't know the first thing about science. The first thing about science is that you better be able to falsify your hypotheses or they're not even scientific. You better know why you believe what you believe. I know why I believe what I believe. I know why I disbelieve what I disbelieve, which includes evolution. And it's all that part is scientific. It has nothing to do with creation. Scientific. Is proven not to be not to be able to happen. It's proven through science that evolution is impossible, and you have zero evidence for it. But you don't even understand these papers that you claim to be reading. I pull up Mary Schweitzer's paper, and you keep saying, oh, he's misinterpreting it. He's misinterpreting it. But it proves that evolution can't happen. Absolutely proves it. You can't even understand what she's saying. You didn't even know biological materials like collagen had a half-life. That's how scientific you are. You're like a nutcase, son. All of you, all 50 of you. Nutcases. You are truly Dunning-Kruger effect people. You're so Dunning-Kruger. Well, it's like this. The first rule of the Dunning-Kruger Club is that you don't even have the slightest idea that you're Dunning-Kruger. But you are. Every single one of you. You don't know what science is. You don't know what falsification is. You don't know what Mary Schweitzer's paper is saying. You didn't even know that biological materials have half-lives. It's like, if that's not Dunning-Kruger, people that say, oh, we love science. If that's not Dunning-Kruger, you tell me what is. So, I just want to thank everybody for joining in. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to go over some stuff that ought to be really interesting. Tomorrow, we're going to go over some stuff from the debate that I had with J.L. Warren of Bridge the Divide. Yeah, he really wants to bridge the divide. He invited me on to tell how I came to Christ. I started to tell him, and he muted me. So, like he really wants to bridge the divide. Now, tomorrow we're going to go over a few things he said during our debate, and you're going to see that he, too, is absolutely Dunning-Kruger. He doesn't know what science is. He doesn't know the first thing about biology. He didn't even know what the 3 domains of life were. For gosh sake. He made such stupid comments as saying, well, there's more than one last unified common ancestor, and the last unified common ancestor isn't the original purveyor of life. Well, what an idiot. If it was the original purveyor of life, it would be the first unified common ancestor. And no, there cannot be multiple last common ancestor, last universal common ancestor. There can't be. What a moron. And you people say you love science. You don't know the first thing about it. So thank you very much. Pardon me for using the M word, moron, so often here. But doggone it, that's what they are. And they want to show off their stupidity. They want to show it off. They want to show off how impotent they are. And yes, so in my opinion, they deserve this. So come on, boys. Grow up, boys and girls. Grow up. Get a life. Get a job. None of you work. Almost none of you. Where do you live in? Mama's basement? Seriously, that's a serious question. Almost none of you work. You're children. Literally emotional 3-year-olds. So I don't want to hear any more about how you love science when you don't know the first thing about it. You can't step up in a debate. You couldn't debate in a group. You can't debate in a live stream. You step up and make the stupidest comments when you try to impersonate somebody. So we don't know who you are, and then we find out who you are. But, you guys, I love you. I'm going to pray for you. And I want everybody else to pray for you. But I want you to know how stupid you act. I'm not going to soft pedal this for you. You don't need soft pedaled. You need spanked. So, you got an open challenge before you all the time to step up and to debate. If any of you ever man up, we can have a serious discussion. And I wish you the best in life. I seriously do. And I know your mom and dad is wishing you would grow up. So God bless you guys. And thank you, everybody that's joined in. Have a great day. I appreciate you. Goodbye. This is Eric, a.k.a. Whoop, and see you tomorrow. Please drop in. Thank you for coming by today.